Hi, this is Mark Laughlin with the Ambidextrous Gunfighter. This is the next episode in our self-defense handgun fighter video series, and this is on gun safety. Now, in the previous episode, you just killed your daughter. That was to be the motivation to take this episode seriously. Now, you may have noted a hint of emotion as I kind of drew up on the murder of my sister in 2008, because it's kind of similar. I mean, you don't want to go through the negligent or accidental killing of your spouse, child, or important family member. Stop for a second and just try to imagine what that would be like. Now, it's really quite simple. I say that there are two rules for firearm safety, and I'm going to demonstrate them basically with a handgun, in this case an FNS 9C by Fabrique Nationale. And the two rules are: one, never let the muzzle cover something you don't mind destroying, even a gun that is not loaded. Do not let the muzzle cover anything you do not want to destroy. That's even with the gun when it's not loaded or has the slide lock back. Don't let the muzzle cover what you do not want to destroy. Think of it as a laser. Imagine that there's a laser that's just constantly on and it's just burning everything in its path. Beat, 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 beat. Whatever it's pointing at, it's just burning it and destroying everything. That's how you handle the firearm, pointing in the directions that you do not mind that laser burning its way through whatever's in the path of your muzzle. Safety rule number 2 is keep your finger off the frickin' trigger until your sights or you are pointed at your target. So keep your finger indexed on the side of your weapon until you are on target, then introduce your finger into the trigger guard. Now, a good way to practice indexing your trigger finger is when you are cleaning, make sure to index your trigger finger on your cleaning sprayer until you're ready to spray. Keep your finger trigger indexed on the side, just like that. What you want to do is make this automatic. Just automatic, that when you pick up a firearm, you index your trigger finger on the side of it. So you don't pick it up like that. Now, why? Well, there's several reasons. One is in whatever direction you're pointing this thing in, you're increasing the chances that you're going to destroy something you didn't want to. Now, the other thing is if you come to holster this weapon, and if you've got your trigger finger in there and you go to holster it, guess what's going to happen as that holster slides up? It's going to jam your finger against the trigger and discharge your firearm. Now, you see that a lot with people holstering their firearm, got their trigger finger in, bang, they shoot themselves on the side of the leg. Plenty of videos online if you want to look that up, and you can see plenty of people doing that quite often. Now, always treat all guns as if loaded. This is, the part of keeping the muzzle always in a safe direction is always assume the weapon is loaded. Even if you have first-hand knowledge, if I check this, in this case I've got a dummy round in there, and if I check this and I have first-hand knowledge of the condition of this weapon, if I point it at someone else, they do not have first-hand knowledge of the condition of this weapon, and therefore they may presume that I am making a threat at them and may justifiably shoot me. So basically, if you sweep someone else with your muzzle, they are justified in sweeping you right back and dropping the hammer. Chamber check. You always want to have first-hand knowledge. Now, I do chamber checks differently, since it's whether I'm left-hand handling the firearm left-handed or right-handed. If I'm handling it left-handed, I'm going to do it with a kind of a press check, grabbing at up towards the muzzle and pull it back, because this gives me a good angle to look down into the cutaway for the chamber. Now, when it goes time to chamber check right-handed, because of this, the way the cutaway of the ejection port is, if I use the muzzle press check, I'm not at a good angle to look down and see into the chamber. So I do a right-handed chamber check. When it's in my right hand, I'm using it more of a overhand slingshot type chamber check, like that. So left-handed, I use a press check. Right-handed, overhand. Now, this is one of the first things I notice when dealing with other people that are, new people, people I don't know, and learning about their safe handling of firearms. It's a quick estimation of who they are and where they are as far as proper handling of weapons. And if I meet someone and I hand them a firearm to look at and they do not do a chamber check on their own, I make a kind of an instant judgment call on that, and it's like, probably not going to invite that person to go shooting with me. So it carries pretty heavy weight in deciding the suitability of this person as a range buddy, or the professionalism that I can expect from them as a fire team member. So anyway, that's it. Always keep the muzzle in a safe direction. Index your trigger finger. Those are the two key things. Keeping the muzzle in a safe direction. Part of that means making sure of your backstop. So if you are shooting at a target, you want to make sure of not only that the target's out there, but what's behind it. So again, keep the muzzle pointed in a safe direction. Index your trigger finger. Now the next episode, I'm going to kind of drive this whole safety home, and the next episode is going to be called Do Not Be the Gun Store Noob. And this is going to basically show you how to show up at a gun store and deal with a clerk where you're handling firearms, and show you how not to be that noob. And that basically means good safety technique. This is Mark Laughlin with the Ambidextrous Gunfighter. Please like, share, and subscribe. And check us out in the next episode.